Hi, colleagues. Let me introduce myself. My name is Megan Hargrave. I am an education coach and consultant based in Chicago. I support schools around the globe and had the privilege last spring of partnering with Glenview to help create some units of study that are unique to D34. As a former senior staff developer at the Reading and Writing Project and a contributing author to those units of study, I was able to take that knowledge alongside of the vision of the district to create what I think are going to be some really engaging, fun units for yourself as teachers and for your students as readers and writers. One of those units is a unit that I am going to give you an overview of today. It is a journalism writing unit of study. It is a beautiful unit that will be engaging for your students. It will be relevant to our world today, and it will always be relevant as journalism is a type of reading that we encounter probably every day in our lives in some way, shape, or form. So with that said, I'm going to give a quick overview. I call it the one-hand overview, the 5 things to keep in mind as you teach this unit for yourself as teachers and for your students as writers. The 5 things that you will want to keep in mind as you teach this unit of study are the following. The first thing is to keep in mind that it is an information writing unit of study. It is very tempting in this type of writing to start storytelling, to tell the story of the event that happened. But the intention is not that students are writing narratives, they're writing information pieces, pieces that have the purpose of teaching and informing an audience or a reader. It will be important to keep in mind for yourself and for students that the checklist, the rubrics, the progressions that you're going to be using come from the information writing strand. And so you'll use these materials. There's a really beautiful lesson in the second part of the unit where students actually take this checklist and look at the specific things on the information writing checklist that apply to their journalism writing in news briefs and in feature articles. I think you'll really enjoy that part. The second thing to keep in mind with this unit of study is that students are generating ideas by looking at or looking for topics in the world around them. You look for topics in the world around you. They're not reporting on something that happened in another country or something that happened 10 states away, or quite frankly, something that happened downtown. They're reporting on things that are happening in their world, in their community. Now, that means that their topics might not seem as important as the building that came crashing down, and that they might write about things that could be seemingly small, or could we even say lame, the dog that escaped or the bus that was missed. But it's really important that they take those topics that are close to home for them, because that will help them do the research that's needed for their information writing. There's some really beautiful sessions to support students in strategies for finding topics in the world around them that I think you'll really like. They'll have many strategies so that it's not just look outside your window, but it's look outside your window, look around the world around you, think about the beats and the things that you're interested in, etc. With those 2 things, it's also important to keep in mind that since this is information writing, research is a part of this type of writing, but the research that students will be doing in the journalism unit of study comes more in the form of researching through observations and through quoting people who were present, as opposed to going online and Googling research. They're not going to find research about the dog that escaped. And if they do find research about a newsworthy event that happened, it's probably already going to be a news brief that is written for them. And so really encouraging them to do hands-on research will be important. This unit is broken into 2 parts, 2 bends, if you will. The first part, students are writing little mini news briefs. Think about the NBC5 News, 30 minutes, let's deliver everything that's happening in the world today. And during the second part of the unit, they take those news briefs, they look at different angles that those news briefs have, or different angles towards those news briefs, to write longer feature articles, a la the Dateline version, the 60 Minutes version. There are some really nice mentor texts that have been collected around different topics, where we have found a news brief on a topic and a feature article on that same topic, so students can do some comparing and contrasting work. it's a really important part midway through the unit that students look at the differences and the similarities between news briefs and feature articles. Last but not least, my favorite aspect to this unit is that it is a unit that is timely and relevant, that you are able to find articles, you are able to find resources that will engage the group of students in front of you. So for this year, the coaches and myself have gathered articles that are very timely and relevant for right now, but you might find over time that you create additional mentor texts or collect additional mentor texts based on the topics that are of particular interest to the students in front of you. The unit itself is beautiful. We did our best to script out the unit in a way that will be easy to follow and supportive of you, not just this year, but in the years to come. In addition to that, the coaches have recorded the mini lessons in the same way that my former colleagues at the Reading and Writing Project have recorded those sessions, so you will have that resource. I encourage you to make this unit your own, to have fun with it. As you go through the unit, especially for year one, collect student work, collect student samples. That will be one way that we can really enhance the unit in years to come, is by taking the student work of the students in D34 for this year and making it a part of the unit, the examples that you can use in subsequent years. I can't wait to hear how it goes. Let me know how it goes, and I look forward to our paths crossing virtually or in person again sometime soon.